Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel 10 Minutes MBA. So my name is Ujjwal. I'm a second year student at the new program of PGP Finance from IIM K. So I'm right now shooting this video from my hostel, and I decided uh, that there is one thing which we all might need to know. As an engineer, I faced very much difficulty in learning finance. So there is always a guilt in the sense that there are other chartered accountants. So why should I read it? But I think it's simple maths and one can easily do it. So I would like to start a series of playlist videos in which in under 10 minutes I'll try to cover each 10-minute finance basics. So today's topic name is developing a sense of finance in business. The idea is through this we are trying to so there might be interested MBA candidates or people who are in non-finance background but think make you why should I read financial statements? That's the job of chartered accountant. So in this story of videos, we are actually trying to make it very simple to read financial statements. So objective is to develop finance thinking in business. So there are like three financial statements, and I'll be very easy to talk in this video. So one is balance sheet. So balance sheet is like the Janam Kundli of your business. So by that I mean from the birth of the business to the date, say current date, everything that the business has done, whatever it owns, is covered in balance sheet. That's why you will always see the mention as on 31st March 2021 date mentioned. So that is balance sheet. Second is P&L account. So in P&L account, what we have exactly is just profit, revenue, expense, profit, tax paid, retained earnings. So it will cover that. And finally, the marriage of balance sheet and P&L account makes cash flow statement. This means how much liquid cash in hand do I have? As they say, sales is okay. I'll introduce it in the next slide. So cash flow means that you have sold the product, but the payment you took it for credit. You say sold the products on credit. So have you received the payment or not? So what exactly is financial statement for any beginner? It's like the blood test report of your business. So if you're feeling ill, so then what do? You visit a nearby blood test center and you get they give them the blood sample and they give you a whole blood test report. And from that you can see that if you're deficient in vitamin D, then you can take vitamin D tablets, right? So similarly, financial statement is like the health report of a company. It will it will showcase exactly what the company needs and it will help us in our future decision framework. uh, the second idea here is like a plain dashboard. So if you are the pilot and if you don't have dashboard, so if you're driving too fast, then your plane would crash. And if you're driving too slow or flying too slow, then also it will crash, right? So there is an optimum speed and optimum altitude, a space which you require. So he's in business also. This is how financial statements act like dashboard. They help businesses to know how fast are they moving and how much they should maintain it and various factors. So we'll see various ratios in our future videos. So finally, as I mentioned in the last slide, decision framework. So it helps me in my decision making framework. So should I invest more? So if you have surplus money, where should I invest? Should I invest in fixed asset? Should I buy a plant? Should I invest it in fixed deposit or a liquid mutual fund? Or should I buy raw materials for my business? So we'll also look at should the company take more loan, more borrowings? How do we decide? So there are some specific ratios. Should I give credit on sales? So to increase my sales, I'll try to give credit. Like don't pay me now, pay me after 15 days, pay me after 30 days. The future slides. So this is how we will try to proceed. I'll try to make one video a week. So first we'll start with the P&L statement. We'll understand what is accrual method with an interesting example, and we'll see the P&L items in a waterfall model. Finally, after that, we'll go to the balance sheet, the second financial statement. So there are four sections which we'll cover: long-term assets, short-term assets, long-term liabilities, short-term liabilities. And then we'll study an interesting case that a Dubai professor. So there was a professor who went to Dubai and he introduced this about the case of money mismatch. Then we would go to the cash flow statements, and there we'll actually look at understanding what exactly is working capital in simple plain language, and we'll understand the risk framework. After that, balance ratio analysis. Now we'll try to move into dashboards. So there is an interesting case about the audit of 9 Malhotra car showrooms in Delhi. So we'll discuss that. And about after that, we'll have an operational view of how financial statement works. So we'll try to use forecasting in a cake shop data. So how many cakes are produced and how many should be produced in the upcoming month, and based on that data. So we'll make such interesting suggestions. Finally, investing decision, a brief overview of capital structure, nothing too technical, just an overview. P&L making, we'll make a, so not only we'll read, but we'll have cases on making a P&L, then making balance sheet from a given case, and finally making cash flow statement from the earlier two. And finally, we will try to conclude it within 12 to 13 videos. So the 14th video will have a summary about whether you should do it self, or whether you should hire a chartered accountant, or whether you should take a consultant, or even if you make dashboards, then how do you do comparison? How do you know what is the optimal rate? So these all things we'll try to cover. So one special fact would be, we'll have a burning problem in the starting of the video. I'll start always with a question like, how much loan should I take, or some interesting question, and from that burning problem we'll try to add in some solution, and post which we'll have a massive action plan. It's basically a word for homework. So each video will have something doable which we'll have to do, which you can do. This could be like reading P&L of a certain company, and that's what we'll try to do. So hope you guys like my video, and and do comment. Feedbacks are welcome, and I'll try to keep up with my work of posting one video a week. Thank you. Bye.